Hello and welcome to my presentation, The Case for Bilingual Education. I am Lloyd Lee. My presentation will contain 7 parts. Part 1, the existing ELLs in the U.S. society. Part 2, policies for ELLs. Part 3, LEP student identification and placement process. Part 4, definition of bilingual education program. Part 5, debates over bilingualism. Part 6, advantages of bilingual language learning. And finally, Part 7, instructional program models for ELLs. I will start first with the existing information about the ELLs in the U.S. society. In 2013, 21% of the total U.S. population spoke a language rather than English at home, and 5% of the total population spoke English with difficulty. Breaking down these statistics by races, we'll see that the Hispanic 69% of them speak Spanish at home, and 18% of the total Hispanic spoke English with difficulty. The Asian will have 64% speaking other language at home rather than English, and 17% of them spoke English with difficulty. So for the native Hawaiian Pacific Islanders, 37% of them speak another language at home, and 7% of them have difficulty speaking English. Also apply to American Indians and Native Alaska. 16% of them speak another language at home, and 3% of them have difficulty speaking English. The whites, blacks, and bi races also have the difficulty speaking English with 1%. Along with the large number of the population with difficulty speaking English, the National Center for Education Statistics also reported that the percentage of public school students in the United States who were English language learners was 9.2% in the school year 2012-2013, higher than 8.7% in 2002-2003, and 9.1% in 2011 and 2012. In the year 2012-2013, 5 of the 6 states with the highest percentages of ELL students in their public schools were located in the West. To tackle the language problem, there have been various policies stipulated targeted at English language learners for their poverty eradication and higher social mobility. No Child Left Behind was issued in 2001. Title 7 of the Bilingual Education Act became Title 3, Language Instruction for Limited English Proficient and Immigrant Students. The No Child Left Behind Act of 2001 requires all states to identify English language learners, measure the English proficiency, and include these students in state testing programs that assess academic skills. Then, what does bilingual education mean? The term bilingual education program means an educational program for limited English proficient students that makes instruction use of both English and ineligible students' native language. Enables eligible students to achieve English proficiency and academic mastery of subject matter content and higher order skills, including critical thinking, so as to meet appropriate grade promotion and graduation requirements. May develop the native language skills of eligible students. May include the participation of English proficient students if the program is designed to enable all enrolled students to become more proficient in English and a second language. There have been long debates over bilingual programs among politicians, researchers, and some educators. There used to be the question whether bilingualism harms the children's intellectual development, confuses their mind, and retards their school achievement. George Thompson, a psychologist, in 1952 charged that there can be no doubt that the children reared in a bilingual environment is handicapped in his language roles. However, there has been much research supporting bilingualism. There is no cognitive cost in the development of bilingualism in children. Very possibly, bilingualism enhances children's thinking skills. In 1985, psychologist Anne Willig conducted her own study reanalyzing 23 out of 28 evaluations included in the Baker-de-Cantor report. Her meta-analysis consistently produced small to moderate differences differences favoring bilingual education. Crawford 2004 confirmed proficiency in more than one language is a decided intellectual advantage. Bilingual programs are effective at increasing standardized test scores measured in English. I also would like to introduce some advantages when the young and the adult learners are involved in the bilingual education program. Young school-age children often have greater motivation, pressure, needs, and opportunities to develop second language proficiency than adults. Younger students receive a much greater amount of instructional time in the kindergarten to grade 12 educational systems to learn a language than the typical adult learner, who may receive only a few hours of instructional a week. Younger learners may have a lower affective filter than older students, thus they may feel more comfortable using the new language. Bilingual children have better brain's executive function that promote academic achievement. Older learners may be literate in their first language and have other knowledge and skills that can be readily transferred to a second language. Older learners may have learning strategies they developed in their first language that will help them as they learn a second language. Bilingual competence helps prevent Alzheimer, dementia, and delayed cognitive decline in senior people at least 4 years compared to the monolinguals. Of course, for those who are bilingual, they will have better job opportunities. So the jobs that they can work on include domestic and international trader, education sector like teachers and tutors, government jobs like bilingual officials and diplomats, customer services, hospitality, financial services, information technology, social services and social work, law enforcement, healthcare, medical services, and other international trade. Bilingual people also enjoy much more international entertainment. They can also enjoy traveling around the world, explore different cultures, and get more experiences around the world. And they can also enjoy the academic exchange. There are two big branches of language models for the ERLs, the bilingual models and the English medium models. In the bilingual models, one or more content areas is taught in the student's home language. These models include transitional bilingual education, developmental bilingual education, dual language bilingual immersion, heritage language. In the English medium models, on content area instruction will be in English, supplemented with primary language support as needed. The models include English as a second language pulled out, in-class ESL, shelter, structured English immersion, newcomer programs, and submersion, or other name is sink or swim. All bilingual program models use the student's home language in addition to English for instruction. These programs are most easily implemented in districts with a large number of students from the same background. English as a second language or ESL programs are more likely to be used in districts where students' population represents many different languages. ESL programs can accommodate students from different language backgrounds in the same class, and teachers do not need to be proficient in the home language or languages of the students. Among many of the bilingual programs, I would like to introduce the dual language program or the two-way immersion language program. A growing number of these programs can be found in middle to high schools because they are taught by qualified bilingual teachers. The English speakers and English language learners spend most of the day together, and they will receive content area instruction in both languages. In the dual language model 50-50, so 50% of the instruction will be conducted in the home language of the English language learner, and 50% will be conducted in English. For the 90 and 10 model, so 90% will be conducted in the home language of the English learner, and 10% will be conducted in English. The primary support will also be available upon the request of the students. So for the conclusion, there is a large population of English language learners in the U.S. society. They should be given equal education opportunity so that they can succeed in their schooling and in their life in the future. There should be stronger cooperation between the district authority, school leaders, bilingual educators, parents, and community to give both English language learners and English speaking students the best opportunity to develop their language proficiency, especially their bilanguages, their academic development, and their intellectual growth. Bilingual education programs, especially the two-way language immersion programs, are strongly recommended to prepare the citizens with biliteracy, bicultural, and cross-cultural communication skills. That's all for my presentation. Thank you very much for being with me. If you have any questions, please send to my email at loi.le@ttu.edu. Once again, thank you very much.